Hey, what's going on? It's Jack Milocco for Beardbrand. Welcome to the week 47 update on the growing of my beard for an entire year. Today, I wanted to try something a little bit different. I wanted to share with you guys my 2 barbershop horror stories. Stay tuned. Now, both these stories happened a while ago. I was about 19 or 20 years old and still in college. I didn't know half of what I knew back then that I know today about my beard, my hair, and my style. But most importantly, I didn't know anything about barbershops. I grew up a salon kid, right? My mom would bring me to wherever she would get her haircut, and whoever she liked would just cut my hair every few months. And while these were pretty nice salons, anything I was doing with my hair wasn't dramatic. It was just the occasional scissor cut. I liked growing my hair long, and I think the farthest I ever went was a faux hawk at one point during high school. Other than that, I let my hair grow long and really just didn't do much with it. Fast forward to my second year of college. I wanted to take a new approach to my image. I wanted to care about myself and invest in the way I looked, and really that started at my hair and my beard. So my first story, I got a little ambitious, a little bit too soon, and visited my first real authentic barbershop for a classic haircut. The story opens up simple enough. I just searched best barbershop in town where I was in college. Found the first place, saw some good reviews, and drove on over. My mistake wasn't the barbershop. It wasn't the barber. It was me. Now let me get something out of the way real quick. This is not an anti-barbershop or an anti-barber video at all. I actually really enjoy going to the barbershop. It's one of my favorite experiences now. I think it's something that a lot of guys should try out if they've never done it before. All I want to do is share my experiences so you guys don't make the same mistakes that I did. Back to the story. I get into the barbershop. I sit down in the chair after waiting for a little bit, and the barber asks me, "What do you want?" That's where my face goes blank. I went 3 all over, because I had heard someone say that before. I hadn't put any thought into what I actually wanted. I just wanted something that looked different, and I wanted something that looked cool. My first hint that something was about to go really wrong is when the barber looked at me kind of funny and was like, "Are you sure?" I'd never heard that before from anyone that cut my hair. He was looking at my hair, and I had decently long hair at the time, definitely longer than what I have right now. And he just goes, "Okay, that's gonna be pretty short." And I go, "Yeah, okay, that sounds pretty good to me." In my head, I wasn't really picturing what the final result was. In my mind, I thought a 3 guard was 3 inches, meaning I would have 3 inches of hair all over my head. A 3 guard equals 3/8 of an inch, or 10 millimeters. So the guy puts on the 3 guard and just gets right into it. The moment I saw the big chunk of hair fall down from that first pass of the clippers through my hair, yeah, I realized this is not gonna be the haircut that I wanted. Now, don't get me wrong. The barber wasn't doing anything bad. He was giving me exactly what I wanted. And granted, at the very end of the cut, it was actually a pretty cool looking haircut. He even did up my beard and it was looking pretty nice. The point is though, that's not the haircut I went into the barbershop expecting. That's not what I thought I was gonna get, because I didn't do my research. I didn't prepare myself. Let's get into story number 2 and see if you can notice a similar trend. So I was about 21 during this story, and I'd known a little bit more about what I wanted to do with my hair and how I like to grow it. I'd gotten a bit lazy towards the end of college and wasn't cutting my hair as often, but when I did go to get it cut, I knew what I wanted. I wasn't making that 3 guard mistake anymore. But the same wasn't true for my beard. Beard was getting a little bit long. I had about 3 or 4 months of growth going on, and I had been trimming a little bit home. Of course, I was still doing up my cheeks, and I still did my neckline. I learned all this watching Beardbrand videos. But what I didn't know was how to get a proper beard trim. At that time, I was getting ready for a special event, and I wanted my beard to look a little bit more neat and a little more put together than what I currently had. So again, I hopped in my car, and I went down to that same barber shop. Different barber this time, but I sat down in the chair, and he asked me what I want. So yeah, take down the sides and the front. I want it to look full, but I want it to look neat and proper for an event I'm going to. And that's about the extent of what I told him. I kicked back, he brought out the clippers, and went to work. I had a strange sense of deja vu the moment his clippers went through my beard and a big old chunk of my beard fell onto the floor. It was the 3 guard situation all over again, but this time it was on my beard, which was so much harder to grow at that time. I was devastated, man. I'd gone from about 3 months of growth to about 3 weeks worth with 1 pass of his clipper. And you know what? I just sat there and he did the rest of my beard. Being the awkward guy that I was, I just Didn't say anything, and he brought my beard all the way down, all the way across. He even busted out the detailing clippers and brought my mustache real tiny. But again, just like with the haircut, this wasn't a bad beard trim. I look back on the pictures of that situation and I think, man, if that's what I'd wanted, that's actually a really good beard trim. But it wasn't what I wanted because I didn't ask for what I wanted, because I wasn't clear with what I wanted. Are you seeing the trend? The point is, I didn't do my homework. I didn't do my research. I didn't know what I really wanted. I walked into the barbershop, sat down and asked for something I thought would look cool without actually telling the barber what I wanted. And that is what can separate an awesome barbershop experience from a horror story of an experience. Do your research. Look up different hairstyles. Get to know the names of what you want. And if you can't find the name, bring in a picture. Here's a question we get all the time at Beardbrand. How do I get that haircut or that beard trim that you guys featured in your videos? For that, I've got a really simple solution. Bring in the video. If you got one of these, smartphone, pull up the video on YouTube, bring in the before and after spin for your barber to look at, and that will give you a wonderful starting point for your haircut or your beard trim. Because if all you do when you go to the barbershop is vaguely describe what you want, you're probably not gonna get what you want. So bring in a picture, bring in the video, explain what you really want by doing your research so that you know what you want and have that idea in your head. And of course, you don't necessarily have to have an absolute concrete idea of what you want, but I at least urge you to learn a little bit about barbershop haircuts or barbershop beard trims so that the next time you go in there, you can really get what you want. Because we all deserve haircuts and beard trims that are as awesome as we are. So those are my 2 barbershop horror stories. I hope you guys learned a little bit from those. And with all that being said, let's bring the camera on in and you guys can see the close-up of my beard. Remember, this is a YEARD series episode, 47 weeks in to the growing of my beard for an entire year. Back. Let's real quickly jump into the comment of the week. This one comes from last week's video from John D is me. He asks, how do you even find stuff to talk about every week? It's hair. It's a great question, John. It's honestly one that I ask myself pretty often, especially towards the beginning of this series. I had so many ideas that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and as each week rolled by and I had to make a new video each week talking about different things about my beard, I started to run out of ideas. But then I stopped focusing on myself so much and trying to get these super concrete and super drawn out ideas. And I looked back at you guys. I looked at the comment section, I looked at the emails we were getting, and I was looking at the things we were getting during our live streams. You guys have so many interesting questions and interesting topics that you want to know about that it really became second nature to me. On top of that, I'm finding that I'm learning a lot of different things through this series. It wasn't just grow a beard and put down the razor. Different things were happening to me all the time. I mean, for example, the most recent thing was my beard forking. I didn't know it did that up until about week 38. So it's been a learning experience for me and for you guys, and I've really enjoyed it every step of the way. So John, I hope that answers your question. And hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing and everything in between. And until I see you guys next week, hey, keep on growing.
Beardbrand is a premium men's grooming company with products not only for your beard, but also your hair and body. Do yourself a favor and head over to beardbrand.com and take care of yourself. Or you can stick around and watch a few more of our awesome videos.